Hello, it is the 20th of December. My name is Michelle and this is Mama Loves You GB here on FlossTube for FlossMas. And it's the 20th. Did I already say that? I can't remember. I might have done. But it's the 20th. 5 days till the big ho ho ho. That is crazy talk. Right, so all the usual bits and bobs for you. I've got a start and finish to show you. I've got another start. I've also put together a little winter chart parade. I did a Christmas chart parade about 2 weeks ago maybe, and a lot of folks said that they wanted to have a look at some winter charts. So I've gone through and pulled out the things that I think would be good winter charts, so things that you could keep up after Christmas, between that and sort of Valentine's Day, St Patrick's Day, all that sort of stuff, if you change your decor kind of seasonally. So we're going to start off with the House of Captured Children. Number 20 is here. Okay, so we've got an old man peeping in the window. So there we've got a peeping Tom. He does have a big white beard, but it could just as easily be Captain Birdseye rather than Father Christmas. Somebody is playing the piano, and there is a girl singing with massive blue shoes on. I have to bring that one right close up because I cannot tell what's going on in there. Looks like massive blue shoes to me. Yeah. I think if I remember singing lessons like that, sing louder, smile. So you're sort of trying to smile at the same time. That reminds me, pulling that face reminds me. I might not have told you, but one of the other things that I do for Advent, which is just for me, but not for you guys, although I'm going to tell you now, is my Advent is the FlossTube picture that YouTube gives me. So I try, unless it's absolutely terrible and doesn't show anything at all, I will, for FlossMas, I will just keep it as the one that YouTube picks. So this morning I am pulling some awful gurning face, peering around some stitching. So yeah, that's why there's been a few dodgy ones, because that's part of my Advent, is I just see what YouTube's picked for me. So that's the House for Captured Children. We'll just throw it over there. Okay, excuse me. Now, I have updated my previous day's freebies as well. So I had a few people messaging me asking for this one in particular, the Holiday Spirit Tree, and I just not got around to putting the links up yet. So I put the links up for that one and the previous one, which was Merry and Bright. And I've gone one step further and I have stitched the tree. So I chose to do mine in green. I know I quite fancied that red that came out of the Advent calendar yesterday, but I decided to do it in green. And I have, to go on top, a little button that Paola from Puntini sent me. So I'm going to put a star on the top of it. And I have also started the Romy's Creations one as well, but I've only started that one today, so I only got a little bit of way through it. But I'm loving those. I'm loving those. It was actually in the live where people were asking me, have I got stitch things on my tree? And I'm like, no, I don't really. So I decided to sort of put that right straight away. And I think I always overlook the smaller of the ornaments, and then, excuse me, and then surprised when they come out too big for the tree. And I was watching Christina from Whilst Iris Naps. She's been doing an ornament parade on her Instagram. And I noticed that a lot of hers that she stitched are perfect because they're small. And so I was like, right, I need to do some small ornaments. I know there's a sale going on next year for stitching 2 ornaments a month. Now, if they're small, that's okay, because that took me an evening. So I could probably do that, but we'll see. I'm not sure I'm ready to commit to 2 ornaments. We'll have a look. Let's do the freebie before I forget. The freebie for this episode is from Ros Clark Craft, and I'll put a picture of it up here because my printer has given up the ghost altogether now. Now this is very similar to the design that she designed for the Stitch London, which was fabulous. So what I'll do is I will put the link for that down below, and you can grab yourself a copy of it because I think it's fab. Let's have a look and see what's going on in here today. Ooh. Ooh. Living Proof Perfect Hair Day. Well, I don't think I've ever had one of those. Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. Okay, it's really cold as well. It's really cold. Oh, this morning I had a bit of a burn up in the night, you know, when you just get really, really hot. And this morning, Chris sort of heard my alarm go off and then went and did his normal bits and bobs in the morning, came back up at 7:30 and noticed that I was still in bed. I hadn't got up, hadn't heard my alarm, hadn't heard anything. So it was my friend Martin's turn to drive today, and he messaged me at 7:30, having messaged me before at like 6:30 and said, "Am I driving today?" And I was like, yes, you're driving today, I'll be ready. And I had like 15 minutes to throw clothes on and try and make myself somewhat presentable for school. I looked all right, it was okay. But yeah, I don't recommend trying to get dressed in 15 minutes flat. Okie dokie. Whoops, nearly dropped that. That would have been fun. So, just move those to one side. Let's have a look at the winter charts that I have gathered up together. There's one other one that I know that I've got, and I'm going to have to put a picture of it up. And it's like a blue stripy one, and it's by somebody I can't remember. Oh, this is epic, Michelle. There's a chart I like that I've got that I can't find by somebody I can't remember. I'll put a picture of it up here. And I'll write the name along the bottom because I cannot remember at all. Okay, so Plum Street Samplers, Dust of Snow. So there's that one. So what does it say? It says, "The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued." So that's definitely a winter one. I think this is quite a wintry one as well. You could definitely put these up at Christmas, but I think you could leave them up as well. It's another Plum Street Samplers one called Wintertide Friends. This one is by Carol, Samplers and Stitches, and it's called Winter. And if you've not seen this one before, she has a whole series of all the seasons, plus a couple of others, things like Merry Christmas as well. And they are fabulous. This one is by Stone Street Stitchworks, and it's called First Snow. And I seem to remember, oh, let's do the proper picture. I will have to put the link for this one. It is a freebie, so I'll put the link for this one as well. But that's a lovely little stitch. And a freebie from Whilst Iris Naps, which I have actually started, but not finished yet, called Let It Snow. And you can stitch this one either the pincushion like this, kind of square, or you can stitch it as a long, thin cushion. She's got the chart for both. Lizzie Kate, The Official Snow Guide. Now I bought this one because I actually want to change it slightly. Where it says 8 inches, cancel school, I want to sort of put at the top, like dusting, cancel school instead. Heartstrings Samplery, I've got My Love to Keep Me Warm. That would be a perfect one to put up after Christmas and leave up all the way through Valentine's Day. I'm sure I've seen that one stitched in red as well, and it looked fabulous. Midwinter's Day, Tailor Roll by Scattered Seed. Definitely got a wintry look to it, that one. Hence the name, Michelle. Oh, this is one of my absolute favourites. It's called Snow Angel by Lone Elm Lane. I love that one. I love, love, love that one. I don't know why I haven't stitched it. Now this one is by Blue Ribbon Designs, Poinsettias and Pines. Now, it is Christmassy, but it's definitely kind of a festive season piece, I think. I definitely think that you could leave this one up into the new year. it says, the smell of pine, the crackling fire, all the snow one could desire, hot cocoa with marshmallows, cookies in the kitchen, treasure the gifts that winter has given. And I think as well, it would look equally nice with just that middle bit stitched as well. You don't have to stitch the whole thing, just the middle bit. This is Not Forgotten Farm, Parson Brown. In the meadow we can build a snowman. Very cute. This is Twin Peak Primitives, Feeding the Chickens. I've always loved this one. I'm just looking for the perfect fabric for it, which I'm sure I've probably got. I just haven't got around stitching. Another Stitches Winter, another Twin Peak Primitives. This is called a Stitches a Stitches Winter. Now this is a Prairie Moon one that you don't see very often, and I can't find my original. I know I've got it somewhere. This is just a working copy. It's called Peace on Earth, which again, I think you could probably keep up for a little bit longer over the sort of into January season. Who else have we got left? Oh, we're back to the beginning. We're back to the beginning. So, not too bad, other than the first one that I couldn't remember. How on earth I'm going to actually search for it to put a picture up there, I don't know. I can picture it, but hey. It's the 20th of December, let's not worry about these things. So, let's see what we've got in here. What a time to have a big coughing fit. So, let's see what we've got in here. Ooh. Ah, right, I better keep that one. I recognise that. Now, I'll just show you what is in here. This is a little treat, but I'm afraid it's just for me, because it says on the back, just for you, as this is your pattern day, Carla and Catherine. So, but look how fabulous the colour is. You may want to get yourself some of this. Belsoir Red Fox. I recognise this. Let's have a look and see what is in here. It's my chart. It's my chart. It's called Flights of Angels. And the stitch count is 127 by 67. But let's have a look at what it looks like. Here it is. And it says, "May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." And I picked that quote. It's a Hamlet quote by Shakespeare. It's not something I came up with myself. And King Charles, or the now King Charles, well, he was King Charles then, actually said it about his mother when Queen Elizabeth passed. He said, "May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." And I thought it was such a lovely, lovely quote. And I think it's a great quote for this time of year. And I think it's a great quote for any time of the year. So I stitched mine using the first sort of incarnation of the stitch that I had, which was to have the 4 crowns along the bottom. And then I sat down and thought about it for a little while, and I thought, actually, some people may not want to have it so closely associated with Queen Elizabeth. So what I did was I changed the crowns for 2 little angels who have got trumpets and halos, wings, all sorts of stuff. Now, when I stitched mine, I stitched it from this because I wanted to make sure that you could actually read it, because it's quite a lot of stitching and it's quite a small chart. However, what you can do is, if you find it a little bit small, you can always take a photo of it and then sort of enlarge it on your phone or put it into like an iPad or something like that and just blow it up like that. I am sure, though, I will send the chart to Carla and Catherine, and if anybody has any real difficulty reading it, if you just email them with your order number for your advent, then I'm sure they will forward you the larger version of the chart. Okay, I can't do it because obviously I don't know that you bought the calendar. I'm sure you did, but they will have your details on record, so they could forward it out to you if you really need it in a little bit bigger. As to whether the chart will be released and what will happen to the chart, I'm not sure. But if I get any updates, I will let you know if there's any way of getting it or when you might be able to get it if you didn't get the advent calendar. So I can't remember what I've said now, a little bit of a vintage button, some nice little Scottish tartan ribbon, because I was thinking about her love of Balmoral, the fact that she died up in Scotland, and just a pretty red back. So I also got the angels from last year's advent calendar. These are Kelmscott not needle minders. They're not needle minders at all, thread minders. It rhymes anyway. And I just put a little bit of the ribbon on that one and a little bit of the thread on that one. So if you did get the advent calendar last year and you haven't used yours yet, you might be able to use them to display this design. But I'm really pleased with it. I'm really pleased the way it came out. 36 count, hand-dyed fabric, just a neutral colour, and a red sulky is what I used. But you could do anything that you wanted. See if I can get a decent screenshot today. We'll see. I did want to stitch the second version actually, and I was thinking of it as blue fabric with white, but I didn't get around to it in time. But anyway, it's my pattern day, yay! Happy 20th of December. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay classy, stitchers.